Alright, and we return right where we left off. We're now in Arkhouse on his way to Thancred. Ah, there you are, Winallen. Come, rest a while. You have no better opportunity after witnessing their god's ignominious defeat. Ah, sorry, I needed a drink real quick. The Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath, for a time at least. Now, where were we? Yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered, but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all of our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Winallen. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia would be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the waking sands. And when you're good and ready, we can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Alrighty. Damn. There we are. Ah, right. All right. Now, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Menphelia. You should join them at once. Lady Menphelia is most eager to see you. My late arrival nearly cost Winalin his life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took him prisoner, and I wasn't there when they served him to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle he survived, but that does not excuse the fact that he should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed him utterly, just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every. Come here, Noodles. Mm. Alan, it's so good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Menphelia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear. And now we can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal, Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here. And the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Damn, why in the fuck do my hands hurt for no reason? Ah, damn nerve damage. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. He and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether. Crystals. It is for it is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal, which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon toward which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet, even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess. The Echo. Oh, that was Menphilia. Whatever. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent indictments all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. Ah, the immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Winalan. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I'm sorry to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but to worship. And so we scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Winalan. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. Gods forgive me. How many more lives? Louisoix would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. All right. Ophelia is wearing a wry smile. Might it have something to do with my newfound fame? Until not so very long ago, you were but one of many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. Excuse me. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Ida and Papalymo that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you would soon discover. We have guests, Winalan, or rather, you have guests. Beg pardons? Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom Grand Company of Lominsa to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Winalan, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. What they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Winalan's deeds spread so quickly. That the immortal flames would know of his triumph is to be expected. But what of the other grand companies? Eep, guilty conscience. Your reputation precedes you, Master Arkhouse. 'Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine your pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Eighter has need of valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelves Wood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Master Arkhouse. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A man of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It's only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory. Lady Menphilia. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the grand companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently three such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa, the Order of the Twin Adder in Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a grand company means serving the nation which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may prove useful to you in your other endeavors. And how? If you're agonizing over which of the grand companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. Yet I concede that is no small choice you face. Ah, a thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall the three city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I'm given to understand that the leader of each grand company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, dear officers? A fine suggestion. You're as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let Winalan hear our leaders speak, then return here with his decision. We eagerly await your answer. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not the best suited for the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it's not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Winalan, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. I speak from experience on that one. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one man in the midst of a grand company. However, you will be one man amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The grand companies seek to protect their nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Fire. Eorzea is changing, Winalan, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you make ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Totoro. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Yep. Oh, okay. All right, moving on. Yeah, I won't lie. Early game Final Fantasy 14 can be its own special kind of hell. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Winalan. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often a few too many people. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's grand ceremony, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the three services. Elder Seed Seer Kane Sino will deliver her address at Miketo's amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point, due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about it. Oh, that. So make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where Flame General Rauban Alden will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there will be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you make your way to the stateroom in Lemsa Lomensa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merrill Blofenswin will be giving her address. I think I just think I fucked up that name horribly, but I mean, just look at it. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry Xanathel, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though. With your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Yep. What a pain in the tuchus. Phew, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you how to bring color into your life. Listen well. There are handy items called colorants which allow folk to dye their outfits a veritable rainbow of colors. These colorants are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse but to be fashion unconscious. Lest you worry that dyeing will affect your garment's precious properties, you may rest assured it will not. The practicality of you adventurers love so much will not suffer for the change in appearance, a change for the better. I should also gladden you to know that garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there's no fear of getting locked into one color. The garish pink that seemed like a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses of red can be undone. Damn it. Oh, why? Damn. Yep, right on. So, I'll actually go to Limsa Lominsa first, since it's right here. You fucking kidding me? I'm out of water already. Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixil are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort, though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly. You may be assured that they do in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it's broken. The was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. But how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out if the Elder Seed Seer's words fell on fertile ground. Okay. Darn it. Damn, that's a lot of onions and peppers. Oh well. Diboja. Fucking nice. Well, Dons have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you've encountered them. The Ildans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming that they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Yep. Okay. Wanalan, this is Minfilia. Are you well? I hope. Would I be correct in thinking the final remembrance service is now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Yep, that's madness. Okay. I had already made that decision at the beginning of the game. All right. Off I go then. Uh, I know an airship sounds serious, but what is also serious is my bladder, and I must stop for now. If you